Oh, I want baby girl.
Don't baby girl me. How many of your groupies you call baby girl? Is Tisha a baby girl? Is Amanda a baby girl too? And who the hell is Bonquisha? Is that even a name? Man, I can't live.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Sharane, everybody. Welcome. Let's go. Welcome, everybody. Let's go. It's sunny day. Let's welcome all my victims, my survivors, my thrivers, anybody that just want to educate yourself. And you already know, let's say, welcome all you narcissistic men and women up out here in the street. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is Sunday. Welcome to Sharane, everybody. We live right here on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? We are live right here on YouTube. So if you haven't already, make sure you come on over to YouTube, hit the like button, share this video, subscribe to the channel, whatever it is that you gotta do. Let's go. Welcome to Sharane, everybody. Let's get into it. Let's go. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Sharanesville. Welcome, everybody. How's everybody's Sunday? Well, afternoon slash morning, whatever you want to call it. How everybody's Sunday is going so far? I hope it's going good. You know, I'm quite sure you probably woke up next to a domestic violence person, male or female, or a narcissistic female. Domestic as well. Okay? Especially if you came home from them clubs, bars, and shindigs, especially with somebody new up out here in these streets, no matter where you located at. But if you in Broome County and Binghamton, you came home with somebody new, just make sure that they not domestic and they not a narcissist up out here in these streets, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, absolutely. Let's go. Let's get into this, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody morning and afternoon going on so far? They Sunday going. I hope it's going blessed. I hope y'all not hungover, drinking too much liquor. You know how them narcissistic people do. I hope everybody is doing something productive. Maybe you had to go to work this morning, do whatever you had to do for the day. All right. As long as you not out there doing a street pharmacist activities up here in these streets, ladies and gentlemen. And don't be intertwining with the street pharmacist activities with them narcissists and them DV people. All right, ladies and gentlemen? Okay. So you know it's Sunday, and you know them narcissists is lurking, and you know them domestic violence people is lurking, and everybody want to know how can they heal. Like everybody want to know, like, hey, how can we get to where you at? Listen, everybody's situation is absolutely different, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody heal differently. All right. But the whole goal is sharing that information because you don't know if your, goals or whatever you went through can help somebody else maybe get through their situation. All right. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, the whole goal is understanding what you're going through. All right. If you're going through something domestic violence, no matter who you are, male or female, all right, you're going through some domestic situation. I'm telling you this right now, that is not a healthy relationship to keep yourself in. No matter if you're married to them, no matter if you have kids with them or don't, no matter if you share businesses, there is other ways that you can navigate those things. Okay. I understand it's the hardest way to go through. You have to go to court, you have to get lawyers. I get it, but sometimes this is what you have to do when you're dealing with somebody that's domestic and narcissistic. All right. They're expecting you not to go to that extreme. They're expecting you not to do these things. All right. They want to keep you stuck. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're out there and you're dealing with this type of situation, any domestic violence, please reach out to a licensed advocate within your area. All righty, ladies and gentlemen. But in Binghamton, we already know there's licensed advocates out here. Please reach out to them and get the help that you need, especially in New York State. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody deserves to be getting hit, beat, love bomb, gaslit, whatever it is that these domestic people is out there doing. All right. And there's a special place for somebody that's putting their hands on you, bruising you up, talking down on you, or whatever they're doing that's domestic. All right. It's called jail and then prison because that's where they belong. If they could sit there and keep doing that to you, in public and then they're doing it in private, like they do it in public and then they do it in private, it's absolutely crazy. Because if it happens in private and then it falls out in public, that situation is out of control, ladies and gentlemen. Do not be out there allowing these people putting their hands on you. Do not be out there allowing these people to talk to you any type of way they feel like talking to you. Do not be out there allowing these people taking a bad juju energy from somebody else onto you. So if they're mad at like these narcissists, what they like to do when they're mad at somebody else or their whatever situation they got going on and going wrong, they'll take that out on you. Or you have to sit there as their partner and listen to all that mess. So you're soaking in all that bad juju energy. You have to sit there and act like their counselor or their therapist. But then they don't want to hear what you have to say if it's something that's gonna help their situation or whatever. If you're not trying to get them that direct supply, the narcissist is not caring what you got going on and going wrong. Okay? It don't matter if they got a job. It don't matter if they don't have a job. If they don't have a job. Okay? If they have one or don't, it don't matter, ladies and gentlemen. This is just how they operate. That feeds their ego. That feeds them. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you like to feed they whole whatever goal, their energy, they supply, then I don't know. It's gonna drain you mentally and physically. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So listen, up in Binghamton, I know there's a lot of domestic violence that goes on up out here. There's a lot of people in narcissistic abuse relationships out here and toxic, but there's a lot of domestic violence out here. And, a lot of people don't speak up out here, especially these men. But a lot of people, male and female, needs to start speaking up and stop accepting these bad toxic relationships from these people. All right. Put your foot down, put boundaries down. If they can't accept what you got going on, then that's not the one for you. All right. Because a real man or woman is going to accept what you got going on. All right. They're going to respect your boundaries. They're going to respect what you're saying. They're going to be able to mediate, communicate. All right. You're going to be able to go through things. When y'all in a relationship and somebody's falling, that other partner is going to be able to be there to pick you up until you get yourself back on your feet. And it goes vice versa. It doesn't operate like, oh, my partner is down, so let me go get multiple supplies up out here in the streets. No. It don't go like that because that's how the narcissists operate. When they lose stuff, they have to gain more supplies to feed that ego so they don't have to operate and do all that extra work. It don't matter if they're working. It don't matter if they're not. It don't matter if they're doing street pharmacist activities. They have to have that extra supply, ladies and gentlemen. So welcome to Sharane. It's Sunday. It's Awareness with Sharane. And ladies and gentlemen, let's go. If you are a victim or a survivor of domestic violence and narcissistic abuse, just know I understand. I've been in your shoes. I get what's going on. I get what's going wrong. Okay. Just know that there is somebody out there that understands. I'm not the only one. There's other people out there that understands, that survived it, thrived it, and that's moved on with their life, maybe got married, in something totally different. There's people that survive these situations and then you have the ones that did not survive, ladies and gentlemen. There are people that did not make it in this world, all right, behind domestic violence and a narcissistic abuse or a toxic relationship, no matter who they are, male or female. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So please get the education that you can. Open your third eye, especially out here in Binghamton. As I keep saying, I'm a peer mentor survivor for domestic violence and narcissistic abuse relationships for all men and women right here locally in Binghamton and Broome County. Even though I spread awareness nationwide, you understand what I'm saying? I help other people nationwide, by sharing resources to their areas and things like that, pointing them in the right direction to a licensed advocate or to whatever it is, or maybe they need someone to speak to, or they just need a vent. You understand? Because sometimes victims and survivors just need somebody to vent to, ladies and gentlemen. They need that person to just sit there and listen to them, and that's not going to badmouth them and talk about them to the next person or go behind their back and just you know, put them in this worse predicament that they shouldn't be in. You understand? So if you know somebody that's out there that's dealing with this situation, please, ladies and gentlemen, understand what they're going through. You may not have been through that situation, but you understand what you went through, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Yes, yes, yes. So welcome to Sharane's All everybody. I know it's Sunday and everybody probably just up doing whatever. All right. Just make sure you do not come home with no narcissists, ladies and gentlemen, because it is real out here in the street. And if you want to understand, if you're in Binghamton, Broome County, and you need someone to talk to, you don't understand what's going on. You need that extra strength. Sharane Rose is here. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here. Reach out to my support group page. It's called Domestic Violence, Narcissistic Relationships I Survive. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you can reach out to me on there. Just let me know where you're located, where you're from, where you seen it from. If you've seen it from YouTube, just let me know where you guys are coming from. All right. And at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, you gotta stay focused when you're dealing with these type of toxic people. Narcissistic men, narcissistic females that out here that walking amongst us, what can you do? Okay? So the whole thing about it is when you break that cycle, you want to be able to come back out and feel good about yourself. You want to be able to feel good about what's going on. Because as me being a thriver, I understand what's going on. I recognize them flags. I see them flags. I see it. You understand? I keep telling y'all, when y'all come out the situation, there's a lot of people that say, oh, I don't want to date again. I don't want to be in another relationship again. But I'm going to tell you this right now. You don't have to feel like that. If that's how you feel, then that's how you feel. But just know, don't put yourself on the back burner because of what you went through. It's okay to heal. It's okay to take time for yourself. That's what you should be doing. But when you're ready to open up and date again or whatever it is, you have them tools and you know what to do when you come back out in this world. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. And another thing, it's best to do that because when you come out these situations and then you're not healed, there's a lot that you're holding in. You may not be toxic, but then you come into another relationship and then like it's a lot of bad juju energy going on. Okay, so that's the whole goal is to heal, ladies and gentlemen. Understand, educate yourself. What is narcissistic personality disorder? What am I going through? Talk to your doctors. They are out there, okay? Use your voice. The same way we tell them 2-year-olds and 4-year-olds and the 5-year-olds to use their words. So use your voices. Don't let nobody stop you because that is their goal. It is their goal. And ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate everybody for tuning into my channel. All right. And if you haven't already, check me out on the WBDY 99.5 radio station right here locally in Binghamton, the Bundy Museum. Okay. Make sure y'all check me out every Friday at 6 p.m. I go live. All right. You can tune in. I go live. You can call in, ask questions, share your support, whatever it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Anytime I'm on that radio and I'm on air, you guys can call in. As long as it has something to do with domestic violence, narcissistic abuse, surviving, thriving, victim. Maybe your family member went through it. Maybe you lost a family member behind it and you want to spread awareness about it. All right, and you want your voice to be heard. Okay, ladies and gentlemen? That is what Sharane Rose is here for. Not just on YouTube, on the radio, YouTube, my support group page on Facebook. I'm out here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. All right? That is the whole point. Peaceful. It's all about bringing peace when you're coming out these situations. Because when you start being toxic, how are you healed? How are you going to be an advocate and you're not healed? You can't operate like that, ladies and gentlemen. You want to operate like a narcissist. Like an unhealed, toxic narcissist out here in these streets, all right? And men, here's another thing. If you get these type of females that's putting their hands on you, I'm telling you right now. Don't operate with that female. If you don't feel like calling police, don't operate with that female. Because I keep telling you, they got one time to do it. Whether they're joking, they say they're sorry, or they do it angrily, when they're angry. No. So men, do not take no toxic stuff from these females. Don't be out here being love bombed, gaslit, and manipulated. Because this is how they operate. They operate just like narcissistic men. If they're putting their hands on you, men, please walk away from that situation. Start meeting them on camera. No, we got to meet on camera. Do not interact with none of their garbage, nonsense, whatever they got going on over the phone, whatever it is. If you got to record, that's what you do. Because I told you how them narcissists operate. They wait until you react, then they want to hit the record. They don't show what they did from the way beginning. Because a real victim or anybody out there in them streets that's a real victim out there, if they're going to record something, they're going to record from the very beginning. You're not going to record when stuff is, no. So at the end of the day, save all your evidence. Stop dealing with these narcissistic females up out here in the streets, man. Put your foot down. Put some boundaries down. Everybody has a past. Don't use that against them. But when they come to you and they unhealed and they toxic, that is a problem. There's some more healing that person needs to do. All right. But if they're coming to you and they're healed and they're not being toxic and they're moving on with their life, then that's something different. And you see, and the actions is matching, the words is, is matching the actions, then that's what it is. Okay, ladies and gentlemen? But these narcissists, you will see a totally different ballgame. They will tell you something, but their words will not match their actions. So, wow, it would be straight clown, straight joke. So, ladies and gentlemen, practice self-care, educate yourself. There's mad other healthy relationships out there, and trust me, everybody out there is not a narcissist, and everybody out there is not domestic violence. And there is going to be somebody out there that's going to be for you, male or female, cat, dog, it don't matter. All right, so get the tools in your pocket. All right. When you're trying to heal, you cannot have no bad negative juju energy next to you. That means friends, family, whoever. Whoever's not rocking with your boat, you gotta kick them off. Fuck this Sharane girl, everybody. I appreciate you all. Y'all have a blessed Sunday. And I'll be back up here later. Thank you.
You got a long way to go. Rock with me now.